Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing? Well, if you're watching yesterday's vlog and this vlog back to back, it probably looks like I never stopped vlogging, but that's not the case. I actually got home, uploaded the vlog yesterday, or today, this morning, and so if you missed yesterday's, what happened was, last night I went to bed like 10 o'clock, and I woke up this morning at like 6:30, and so I vlogged yesterday's vlog this morning. But I got a good sleep, which is funny because then I went back to sleep and slept forever. But I came home and took the dogs out, uploaded my vlog, sat there, did my fueling and all that other kind of stuff. And I was gonna go to the bookstore, I was gonna get my oil changed, and I started getting so tired again that I laid down and I set my alarm for like an hour and a half, and I ended up sleeping for like 3 hours. 3.5 hours. So I am just now getting on the road, and it is 3:43 because I've been screwing around at the house too. Ultra tickets, Ultra 2020. So, you know, Alex and I go to this music festival every year, and last year they had lost their license with the Bayfront, which is where they usually have it. They had had it forever, and so they had it on this little like island, and it was great. It just wasn't the same Ultra experience, and it was because of like noise complaints and things like that apparently that they lost the license. Well, do I have my hold on a second, my vintage seat is on. They got the contract back, so it's going to be at the Bayfront again next year. And so if you are registered with Ultra, you could go in early today and buy your tickets. So we bought our tickets today. We got our Ultra tickets today, which I'm super excited about.
Welcome to Starbucks. Let's get started for you.
Can I get a venti iced coffee with one equal, and I have my own cup?
Of course, you can pull forward.
Thanks. And it is so hot today. It is 86 degrees. I wanted to go to this premiere party thing tonight for Alex's friend, but I have a business meeting for my meeting, so I can't do that. And I have to be out of the house at 6:30 tonight because it's early, and I have to pick up Tanya. And so I was like, well, I'm just gonna vlog a little bit during the day today. My beard is like so big. I'm getting my hair cut tomorrow, so at some point I need to trim my beard. I trimmed it like 2 days ago, and it just looks out of control right now. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm so fat. But then I was like looking around on stuff, and I don't know if this is like Miami rates today to like get a trip in Miami for that week, and that's spring break actually in Miami. The rates today were like a third cheaper than they were a week ago when I looked. And so I booked us in our hotel and our flight. I actually did it different this year. I booked our hotel through the hotel, and I booked our flights through Expedia. But what was I going to say about that? We're going to stay at a different hotel next year. Alex and I kind of talked about it. Melissa and Jason aren't really sure they're going to go. They really want to, but they've got a bunch of other stuff. Plus in May, which is like a month and a half later, we're all going to Miami, or to Las Vegas. They're going to Las Vegas for Lady Gaga, and then EDC, which is Electric Daisy Carnival. It's a music festival, and we're going out there for EDC. It's the first time I've ever been. It's the first time Alex has ever been, and we're meeting Fufu, his brother, and his brother's girlfriend, and then Alex's cousin Maya. She lives in Las Vegas, so she's going to go too. And we're gonna all go to that together. I don't know that I'm gonna do the whole weekend. I may do like 2 nights, or I don't know. We'll have to see. Because I just love Vegas so much. I'm just excited about like going to the pool and relaxing. And although the pool in May in Vegas is gonna be hot. We haven't booked that trip yet. One thing at a time, can only afford so much. But I actually wanted to get this trip booked early so that we could pay it off and get it so I didn't have to worry about it. What do you call a fake noodle? A phony? It's gonna be a phony something. What do you call it? They always have these jokes. I don't know if you can see, but they have like these jokes written on the wall. What do you call a fake? What do you call a fake noodle? That's good. That is actually good. Oh, hold on. An impasta. Impasta. That's cute. I thought it was going to be like phony baloney or something because I'm so stupid. Oh man. It just like went up 2 degrees since I left the house. It was 84, now it's 86. Thank you, dear. Have a good one. She's so sweet. She heard me. I didn't know she was sitting there with the window open. She looked right at me. She is. She's very sweet. She's like one of those people, like, I mean, I don't know her, you know, but she's like one of those people that like couldn't, like she couldn't be mean. She's just so sweet. She's like just such a nice person. I love people like that. Okay, now I have to go to Half Price Books to see if they have this book that I want to do for my supermarket reads. And if they don't have that, God, it's hot, then I'm going to go to, this isn't going to really help with this. I'm going to have to go to Barnes & Noble. Can you see me better there? There, you can see me a little bit better. I can say it on here, it's not any big surprise. I want to read the book Void Moon by Michael Connelly. So, there are like sunspots or something. I don't know what is going on. I need to clean this camera lens off. I did the other day. But, I want to read the book Void Moon by Michael Connelly. So Michael Connelly is the one that has the Harry Bosch series, if you read him at all. I've read like 1 or 2 of those way back in the day. I really don't remember them at all. He's like a LA detective. And then he wrote this one called Void Moon, and it was like a standalone, which means it wasn't part of a series, because like his Harry Bosch series is like 20 books long now, if not more. And so he wrote this one called Void Moon, and it took place in Las Vegas, and I remember just loving it when I read it. But it's probably been 20 years since I've read it. So I thought, well, that will be a fun read for the supermarket reads because it takes place in Las Vegas, and we're going to be in Las Vegas, so there. Convertible in front of me. It's a good day to be in a convertible, but it would be hot. If you have a convertible, like, do you feel the air in it, or is it just like, are you burning up? I've never really gone long distances. I'm trying to think. My dad had, when I was growing up, that's not true. I just don't remember being in it. When I was growing up, at one point, my dad had, well, my dad's always had a sports car, but then he's also had like a sidecar, like a realistic car. He drives like a Range Rover now, but, and he's had it forever. He got it the year that my mom passed away, so he's had it for like going on 12 years now. He literally got it that week. But my dad doesn't drive. I mean, I would be surprised if I got in that car and it had even 30,000 miles on it. My dad like doesn't put any miles on his car at all. Like he literally drives probably the 5 miles to work, and then stops at the grocery store, and then comes home. Like, and that's where he drives. Like, that's it. Like if they go, half the time when they like go to lunch on the weekends, they like just walk to the place where they go to eat lunch. But when I was growing up, at one point he had a Suzuki Jeep. Do you guys remember those little Jeeps back in the day? He had a Suzuki Jeep. And it was real fun, and I remember when I had like friends in it, which was rare, but if I did, they'd always get so excited to be in a Jeep. He had gone somewhere. I can't remember where it was. He'd gone to like some island or something, and he had rented a Suzuki Jeep for his trip. And they were kind of like, at that time, they had just come out and people were like loving them and really getting excited about them. I have to go to the different half-price books today, not the one not the one that I usually go to, because I went to it the other day and they didn't have it. So I got to try the other one out, which is literally like 5 miles down the road the other direction. But yeah, he drove it on some island and he loved it. This neighborhood is so cute in here. It never did rain. It was like spotty for a second, and now it's like sunny outside and it's pretty. I could probably put the cushions back up. I would love to have a front porch, like a front yard swing, you know, like from a tree. We don't have a tree that's big enough for that. Actually, like, we had this huge tree in our front yard, and God, I don't even remember when it was. This was long before I was on YouTube, 5-6 years ago maybe. We had like a lightning storm, and lightning hit the tree and it split. And let me just tell you, it laid down one side of our yard and down the other side of the yard. It could have like fallen right into our house. I mean, it was a huge tree, and it didn't, thank God. And but the neighborhood association, because I guess this is their responsibility, they like got another tree for us, and it was like $150, which I thought was pretty cheap for a tree, honestly. I don't know how much trees run. Isn't that funny? Like, trees are everywhere, and you think of trees as being kind of like part of nature, but then you have to pay for trees. I don't know why that struck me funny. But anyway, so our neighborhood lady, my neighbor's grandma, you know, that she knows everything about the neighborhood. I swear to God, that whole summer, every time she would walk by, and like this tree that they bought us was so truly like Charlie Brown's Christmas tree. And in fact, that year for Christmas, I went and I got one big red bulb and I just hung it from the Christmas tree, like Charlie Brown's Christmas tree. And people would walk by, it was so funny, and they'd be like, "Oh, Charlie Brown's Christmas tree." I'd be like, "Yeah," because it just looked little like that. It was so cute. And it's now pretty big. It's huge now. I have all these bird feeders, but Alex told me that I'm not allowed to put them out in the front yard because the last time that I did that, well, you know, I was thinking the other day about Mrs. Birdie. I was like, I forget all about Mrs. Birdie. I don't even think about her anymore. I pulled up to the driveway into the neighbors, like two down from us. There were like 2 birds standing in the driveway, and I thought, I bet that is Mr. and Mrs. Birdie. And I hadn't thought about them since that whole birdie fiasco. And there I was, all so depressed about those birds and everything. But when we had the big tree in our yard, I had a lot of bird feeders in it. Well, not a lot, but like 3. And our entire yard was constantly filled with white bird poop, and Alex hated it. So, I mean, why wouldn't you? So he was like, "No more bird feeders." And I was like, okay. He's like, "If you want to go put them out there, put them out in the backyard next to the woods." And I was like, all right. And I just didn't put them out there because I have some like really nice ones. I have like some blown glass ones that are like really, really pretty. What was I going to say about that tree though? I was going to say something else I didn't say. I don't even remember. This one has like gloves on while in the... I wonder why. She's the one in the convertible. It's a Thunderbird convertible. It's kind of a cool car, though. They look like they've been golfing. I wonder if they're golf gloves. But why wouldn't you take them off, I guess? I notice the strangest things. Let me just tell you. And I think that's why I'm so interested in true crime and stuff like that. It's like I was listening to Helter Skelter a couple nights ago, and it's like when they were talking about Mrs. Chapman cleaning the front door, and then they were like, a fact, and he says in the book, he's like, a fact that would be of much importance later. And I was like, I want to know now, thanks. Tell me just now. Please tell me now. Pet people, natural pet foods and supplies. This car is not cooling down today. I don't know what the problem is, and I have it on the highest of lows. Oh, no, I don't. That probably is part of the reason why. Whew. I had it on a 70. No wonder it wasn't getting cool in this car. My Lanta. My mom forever drove a Nissan Maxima. I mean, to tell you, she probably had this car for 25 years. If not, I mean, she had it forever. And, I'm like, how long did she really have that car for? 8 to 18. She got it when my dad and my mom separated, so I was probably 6 or 7 at the time. And she kept it. I don't know till when, but then she got my uncle's, my uncle sold her, like, for real cheap, his Saturn, and she loved that car. And that was the car she drove until she died. My mother always wanted a VW Bug, or she wanted a Mercedes convertible. And I always said if I was, like, got rich and famous, I would buy her a Mercedes convertible, but that never happened. She wanted, like, a little red Mercedes convertible. So anyway, what was I trying to say? I don't know what made me think of that. Oh, I just remember, like, she had this Nissan Maxima, and it was, like, literally a POS by the time that she, like, got rid of it. It was so bad, you guys, that she pulled into, like, where the Walmart is by us now, and it, like, you know, she lived in the condo when it died, and she drove in there, and it just, like, died on her, and she pulled it into a parking spot, and she was kind of prepared. Like, she knew she was just gonna drive it until it died. And she called my uncle. My uncle came and picked her up, my Uncle Dave. And then she came back and she put a sign up and she said something like free with, like, the phone number on it. And, like, 2 days later, like, some salvage place called her and, like, she had them come and tow it out there or whatever. And I mean, it was in such bad shape at the end. She drove that car down into the ground. Into the ground. And then she got the Saturn, and she loved it. And she loved taking it. She would take it in for monthly checkups, and she knew the people at Saturn. And she's like, this Saturn is, like, the best car that I've ever had in my entire life. Of course, she drove the other one for, like, 16 or 17 years, so. But I think that's saying a lot about a Nissan Maxima, that she had it last 16 or 17 years. I mean, it was brand new when she got it. She'd always say, because my dad said to her when they got divorced, like when they got separated, my dad said, what car do you want? Because I don't know what she drove at that time. I can't remember. But he was like, I'll buy you any car you want. Whatever car you want. Like, let's go and look at something. And I guess they looked at a couple cars and whatever. Which is so weird to me, like, in, like, today's time of people going through divorce. Like, my mom and my dad actually went and looked at a car together knowing that they were getting divorced. But anyway, they did. And she looked at a Mercedes at that time. And he said to her, what he said to me years later when I drove, because this is my second Jeep Cherokee, what he said to me when I was driving a Jeep Cherokee one time, and all the stuff started going down on it, and he said to me, expensive cars are expensive, which, I mean, it's funny that in today's time we think of a Jeep Cherokee as expensive, but it is, you know, and it really was for me back then. And I remember I was complaining. I was like, every month it was something else I had to get fixed, and he said, expensive cars are expensive repairs. And so he said that to my mom. He was like, you know, I'll buy you this car if you want. It was like, I don't know what it was. It was some kind of Mercedes. It was, you know, whatever. And this would have been like in the 80s, so whatever. But he said, you know, expensive cars are expensive repairs. Are you sure this is the car you want, or do you want a car that is maybe going to be better, a little bit better on gas mileage and things like that? And my mom, who was always for safety, opted for the Nissan Maxima. And later she would say that she was pissed, that she felt like my dad tricked her and that she really wanted that Mercedes. But whenever I talked to my dad about it, he'd be like, that's crazy. He was like, you know what? She would have been 2 years down the road in that car and she would have hated it because the gas would have been so expensive, and, you know, she would have had to get this fixed, and she would have been calling me and being like, you got me to get this car, now I can't afford to get this fixed and whatever. And he was actually right, because she would have. She didn't have hardly anything ever wrong with that Nissan Maxima. That car was great. And, you know, that's interesting because I drove a Nissan Pathfinder and I had almost no problems with that at all. And then I drove the Nissan Xterra, which hands down is probably my favorite car I've ever driven. Maybe my Ford Explorer. I loved my Ford Explorer too. It was, oh my God, it was beautiful. It was pearl colored and it had a DVD player in it. It was a huge car. Anyway, it was like a Suburban. But But my Nissans were great too, and never had any accidents. And in fact, I was driving the Nissan Xterra and flipped it over a guardrail when I had my seizure, and I didn't have a scratch on me. So they must be really, really safe cars. I wish they still made those Xterras. I love that. I love that car. It was funny I say that because I was just at the gas station, and your CBD store. These stores seem to be, I was like, who's he talking to? Is he looking at me? He's talking to the car in front of me. These people holding up these signs. There's this one guy that sells, like, he sells, like, you can sell your gold, you know? And he's got an all gold outfit on, and he has earphones on. He just dances with the sign, like, all day. He, like, loves his job so much. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, when I was at the gas station just a couple minutes ago, before I started this vlog, there was this Nissan Xterra next to me, and it was silver. I had silver one too. It looked just like the one that I had. And I was like, oh. One of Alex's really, really good friends drove a Nissan Xterra for a long time too. It feels like it's just getting hotter and hotter. It is. It's 87. Why it's not getting cold in here? Oh man. I was gonna say my Lanta again. The traffic going back the other way is a lot. Not excited about that. These people are so nice. Alright, well, I'm going to run into Half Price Books, one of my favorite stores in the entire world. And then I will be back in a few. Yeah, so I'll see you guys then. Bye. Okay, I'm back. I don't remember if I said I was going to be right back or what I said earlier. I don't remember if, I was going to go, oh no, I ended it at Half Price Books, didn't I? And then I went into Half Price Books and they didn't have the book that I was looking for, so. Then I listened to my audiobook for a little bit and I went home and, oh my God, I don't think I get to talk about this yet because I was going to film on the way to my meeting. I went to my meeting tonight, picked up Tanya. We had a business meeting, so we had to get there early. But I got home and our electricity was off. And so I was like, oh my God, it was so hot in the house. And I didn't even realize it until I sat down. Like, I plugged in my ring light and everything. I was sitting down there to start filming videos. And I was like, what is going on? Like, I turned it on and I was like, I looked down at like the TV and stuff, and like the internet was off, everything was off. And I was like, what is going on? So, and thankfully, I had my other computer with me, or I have my other computer because the first computer that I had, the battery is completely dead, and I just keep it plugged in and charged all this time because I haven't gotten a new battery yet. So, I went outside to take the dogs outside, and my neighbor was out there, and she had just left, and I had seen her garage door going up, like when she was pulling out, and so I was like, this is my neighbor Laura, I was like, is your electricity off? She's like, yeah, I was just going to ask you, I was just coming over to ask you the same thing. And I was like, well, you just left and came back. She's like, yeah, so it couldn't have been off for very long. And then so then I said, well, I got to film this video, but I don't have a ring light and whatever. I was like, just screw it. And at this point, it was like 5, and I had to leave at like 6:15 to go pick up Tanya. So I was like, okay, it was actually probably more like 5:20 when this happened. I was like, I've got to film this video because I really wanted to get it up today. And I had planned on filming videos for all of my channels, and stuff just got late. So, turn the air on a little bit. It's kind of muggy. Feels good though, but it's muggy in here. So I came inside and I filmed my video. Oh, right before I came inside and filmed my video, I saw that she went over to my other neighbors and they were talking. And so I walked outside and said, is her electricity off too? And she was like, no, mine's not off. And she was like, if you guys want to come and hang out here. And I was like, no, that's okay. I'm going to make this video. And she's like, well, you can make it in here on the air conditioning if you want. I almost did, actually. And I thought, well, that would be kind of weird, wouldn't it? In my neighbor's house making this video. So anyway, so then I came inside and I made the video without a ring light and started rendering it on my old computer. Well, then the battery died. And I was like, damn it. And so then I had to upload it. I had to take the file, I had to upload it onto my new computer, plus the pictures. And then I had to, it was just a mess. It doesn't matter. It was just a mess. And I couldn't find it on the computer once I had it done. And I'm like looking for it and I couldn't find it. And I was like, what is going on? Where is it? And I was just super frustrated with it. So I wanted to like take a shower and stuff before I went to my meeting, but dealing with all of that, and then I had to upload it from my phone on the way to the meeting and make my thumbnail on my phone. It just was like, oh my God. So I got it done. I got it up and I was happy about that. But yeah, and we got to the business meeting on time. I picked up Tanya. I was supposed to be at Tanya's at 6:30. I was there right at 6:30. I was like, girl, she was outside. I was like, I'm here right on time. So anyway, we did that, and then we went to the meeting was after that, the business meeting, and it was fun. We had a good meeting. I mean, I don't know, fun's the right word. It was good. It was good. I heard some things I needed to hear. And I actually, two friends of mine that I hadn't seen in forever, one who's only in town for just a couple weeks, but the other one is going to be in town for like 6 months, and he was like, one of my dearest friends. Like, we used to hang out all the time together, and I really missed him, and he moved back here for a while, and so we're gonna start hanging out and stuff together. I was like so happy. I was like, hey. We used to go to the Waffle House and stuff together all the time, and I just totally missed him, and I had no idea he was gonna be back. And so when I saw him walking into the meeting, I was like, oh my God. And we actually haven't even talked in forever, and so I was so happy to see him. And we stood there and talked forever at the beginning of the meeting, and after the meeting we talked for a long time too, and so we're gonna start hanging out together. But anyway, yeah, I was really happy to see him. And I don't know, that's about it. Then I took Tanya afterwards to go get a fountain pop, and Alex, I talked to Alex. He was going to the premiere thing. He was gonna go with his friend, and then she got too tired, so he was going by himself. And yeah, that was about it. Did I already say that we got our Ultra tickets and booked our Miami trip for Ultra next year? We did that today. Very excited. I may have said that earlier, I don't know. I don't have a whole lot to talk about. I know that's hard to believe, but I don't. Where is my lip balm? I had Tanya try Miss Delia's lip balms tonight that she sent me. The fantastic huckleberry, and well, she tried the other one, the strawberry banana. I go, what does it taste like? She goes, I don't know, tell me. I go, no, tell me what it tastes like. And she goes, I don't know. And I said, it tastes like a sweet tart, but I'm actually going to use the huckleberry. What is this? The eyebrow gel. I don't think I need eyebrow gel right now. Huckleberry. I think my husband is texting me. It's been a good day. I felt very spiritual and peaceful today. And yesterday I felt kind of off. And this morning when I got up and I took the dogs outside, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but I was like outside and the sun was like coming up, and I was like just kind of praying out loud to God and doing my gratitude list and stuff like that, and like really, as I was saying my prayers, like really listening to what I was saying, like really having like a conscious conversation with my higher power. And it was really good for me, you know, and I just felt kind of like centered all day. Like even when I was dealing with the computer stuff, like that stuff that 5 years ago would have just frazzled me and I've been like, I don't know what to do about it, you know. But I was like, no, I was just like kind of peaceful and like, come on, you can get this, you'll figure it out. And I will say that my MacBook Pro versus my MacBook Air, and I don't know if this has something to do with the difference in those, or it's newer, or the battery, or whatever, but like the MacBook Pro is 10 times faster than the MacBook Air ever wanted to be, even when it was brand new. I mean, it literally like rendered my video in like less than 10 minutes, if even that. I couldn't believe it. And I was gonna upload it from the computer, but we didn't have any internet, so Alex said the electricity's back on because he came home and he fed the dogs, and then he fed the dogs, and then he went to this thing. I'm gonna pull in here and see what he's texting me. I've never had these Firehouse subs. Are they any good? Do you guys have a Firehouse subs near you? It's over there. Tanya threw something. I hope her phone is not in the side. I better go over there and look, because if it is, I'm gonna have to take it over there. She sometimes leaves her phone in the car. He said, thanks, babe. The show's actually really good. I'll be right back. Oh, Tanya Jean's trash. She always gets those cheese and peanut butter crackers or whatever they are, you know what I'm talking about? The orange ones. What is this place? TJ Sweet Tooth, never heard of it. USA Nails, Spherian Staffing Services, Physical Therapy. I guess that used to be a Chick-fil-A, now it's for lease. I don't know. I've never been in this little. Circle City Comics, Couture Wigs. Can I get out this way? Noodles and Company. I love Noodles and Company. Five Guys. Five Guys is good. I think it's a little overrated, but it's good. Oh my God! Chinese buffet, Asian bistro. My eyes are itching tonight. I don't know why. My brother and sister-in-law are on a family trip with her. Not my brother and sister-in-law. My brother-in-law and his girlfriend are on a family trip with her family, and they I don't know where they're at. I think they might be in Michigan or something. But they rented this lake house. Or maybe it's their house. I don't know. It's adorable. Well, I know it's not their house, but it's it might be their lake house. I don't know. But it's all her family, and then Fufu went, and and they were partners and all this. It's a huge family thing, I think. And this house is so adorable. It's this Cape Cod, and it's got huge trees. It looks like Michigan to me. And they're close. They must be close to the lake because they had pictures by the lake and stuff. And then they were in town. It just looks like such a fun trip. I'm I would love to do stuff like that. I had to get a bottle of water, you guys, because I was so thirsty on the way to the meeting. And I didn't have my thing with me to fill it up at Tanya's house. And I didn't even realize that I didn't bring my water until my way there, so. And I drank my coffee so fast today. Where is it? My coffee cup is back there. I drank it so fast today that I was I don't need any more coffee. I felt kind of almost jittery, so I had to buy a bottle of water. Recycle. What else? Anything? I would love to do a little trip like that, a lake trip. I think that would be so much fun. But we've got, 2 trips coming up that we're excited about. Las Vegas, which I'm really excited about. And then San Diego, excited about that. I'm excited about the fact that we have both of those trips completely paid off and paid for before we ever go. Every show, everything is paid for before we go, which I'm excited about. We keep a little fund for trips and stuff like that, so that's what we try to, do it for, and use it for that. I'm thinking about, because typically what I do is I'll put it like on a credit card and then pay the credit card off. Because then we get points and things like that for it. I try to be smart with points. I'm really kind of wanting to get like a credit card that you can get good travel points for, because we've been traveling a lot, and I'd like to do that because we're really wanting to take a big trip in the next couple years, like, you know, to, I don't know, like Fiji, Bora Bora, Thailand, and I don't know, in all honesty, that I can do that trip in like a coach seat. Like, I don't love to fly. I definitely don't like flying over the ocean. And, you know, going from like here to Mexico is one thing, but that is a long trip. It's like 22 hours or something like that. And I just don't know how I'm going to do it if we can't, you know, upgrade to business class, or I'd love to have one of those little, not a room, but like a pod or something. And I just know that we can't afford that, you know, like there's no way that we could afford just that, to do the flight that way. And, I mean, I'm sure I could do it, but it's just like, I'll be a nervous wreck. And if I'm going to go, I want to enjoy the trip. And we're not going to do it probably until like my 50th birthday or something anyway. So we've got a couple years to plan. So I was like, it would probably be smart for us to get like a credit card that is heavy on like travel, you know, like where you get the points a lot for travel. And then we could trade those in for the airfare or upgrade possibly. But I don't really know what travel credit card to get. And do you guys know the Points Guy? So the Points Guy he started years ago. I don't know if it's just one guy now or if it's like a company or whatever, but he started doing these articles, and he was like really smart with like credit cards and like using certain credit cards to get these points back and these points back or whatever. So he had put out an article like of the best travel credit cards for 2019, but I didn't like understand the article. I mean, I'm not stupid, but it was like one card was best for like hotels.com. Another credit card was best for like certain airlines. Another credit card was best for I don't know, like Hilton or something like that. And so, and I mean, I understand that. Like, if you're gonna only stay in Hilton's, then, you know, you would want to book it through like a Hilton credit card. I get that, right? I mean, I'm not that dumb, but like, we don't stay at a lot of Hilton's. And so unless we're gonna start staying at a lot of Hilton's, then that wouldn't be really that smart for us. I want to see if this construction is done, if you can get through here yet now. So that wouldn't be that smart for us. And then I was like, I just thought there would be one overall credit card that you could just book all your travel on, and no matter if you booked it on, you know, Expedia or Travelocity or Hotels.com or the hotel itself or an airline or whatever, that you would get the points. But it doesn't seem like there's a credit card like that. It seems like you just spend the money and you get the points to trade into something else. I don't know. Does anybody smart with that stuff? Like, that's the one thing. Like, I feel like I'm pretty smart when it comes to like money and savings and paying off debt and stuff like that. But that's the one thing that I don't know. Somebody asked on here, I mentioned it in a vlog about the pie chart thing. That app that I had was so long ago, you guys. I mean, I don't ever even use my iPad, and it was on my iPad. I have no idea what that app is called, but you could probably find it. It's like, the app that I actually used, I started using it for paying off debt, snowballing debt, because that was the Dave Ramsey thing. I'd read the Dave Ramsey book. If you guys don't know who Dave Ramsey is, he's a financial advisor, and he wrote a book called Simple Finance or something like that. I don't know, but it was a great book. Really, really great book. And so I think I listened to a lot of it. I don't know how I listened. Did I listen to it or did I read the book? I don't really remember, honestly. It was so long ago. But he talks in there about snowballing debt, and which totally worked for me, and I believe. And so what you do is you would enter onto this pie chart like what your expenses were a month, right? And that you could enter in there like all your credit cards, or to pay off your credit card debt, or your house loan would go on there too, or your car loan. You could put everything on there, school loans, whatever. And then you also put like your monthly budget, and it also had a monthly budget thing that you could go in and you could put like, so it would show you on a pie chart like what your expenses were a month, like all your bills plus your budget, everything, right? But when I paid off the debts, I think that's the one maybe I used. I don't know, that like I continue to use it, you know, for stuff like that. So anyway, I don't know what the app is called, but you could probably find it. If you Google like good apps for snowballing debt, I'm sure it'll probably come up. And if you've never heard of that philosophy and you've got debt that you want to pay off, definitely read the Dave Ramsey. Just look up Snowballing Debt Dave Ramsey and it'll come up, and it'll explain it to you. But like, he also has a book, and I don't remember what it's called, but it's called something like Debt Made Easy or Financial Success Made Easy or something like that. I don't know. There's so many great ideas in there. The thing he talks about buying a car is like genius. I wish I had heard that. Like, all these things I heard, like with that and the Rich Dad Poor Dad thing. If you've never read Rich Dad Poor Dad, it's a fantastic book. Like, I wish I had heard when I was 20, because I can tell you I would be, well, I mean 22 at least when I got sober. I'd be in a much better financial situation than I'm in now, as far as savings and things like that. He goes in there and he talks about, you know, not buying the car of your dreams, not getting a car loan, but like paying off your car loan, then driving your car as much as you can, and then whatever your car loan was, taking that, like, let's say if it was $300, $400 a month, $200, whatever, and putting that into like a savings account, and then saving that money. And so, like, let's say if you pay off your car, this was, you know, had been what I wanted to do. And then if you pay off your car, and then it's like, let's say if you have that, you know, $200 a month, let's just make it easy with $100 a month. Let's say for the next, you know, you drive the car for 3 years, what is that, 36 months? So then, you know, you have, you know, I don't know, like the $3,600 that you've set aside in the savings account, right? Because you've driven this car that you don't have a car loan on, and you just put that money aside. Then when you go buy a new car, you put the $3,600 into it, but you don't buy an expensive car, you buy a lesser car than what you would have had. So if what you were going to get was a car that had, let's say, was a $400 a month car payment, you would get a car that would, like, let's say was $200 a month car payment. And then you take that $200 difference and you put it into a savings account just for that car thing. And it was also talked about multiple savings accounts and things like that, which has been smart for me, for different things, different savings for travel, you know, car repairs, things like that, you know, just spending money that you want, you know, extra money. And so I'm thinking about this friend of mine that I actually, Alex used to work with her and her husband, or used to work with her, and her husband did this whole, like, they really, really did it, and financially it paid off for them. I mean, they are very successful today. And I can remember when I first started hanging out with them, she literally in her purse, you guys, would have like one of those accordion things with coupon, you know, where you do coupons, but each one was like siphoned off with like, it would be like food, and then it would be like, you know, gas, and then, you know, like it had all the bills in there. And at the beginning of the month, they would go through their budget, and let's say if, you know, their mortgage, their whatever came to everything, they would put it in there, and then that's how much money they had to spend for the month, right? And then whatever was left, they would put into food, like entertainment. And if it was like, let's say if they had $100 a week or $50 a week to spend on entertainment, and they wanted to go to a movie on Friday night, but they had already gone to a movie on Tuesday night, they didn't have the money left, they didn't go. Like, it was really smart, you know? And it was their way of living within their means, which so many people, you know, don't live within their means. And it's, I mean, it's hard to do in our country, you know? It's hard to do in the world to live within your means. And I think credit cards allow that to be where we live high above our means, but at the same time, it's like, I'm getting all these text messages, but at the same time, like credit cards, I mean, you're gonna pay high interest on them, and it's dangerous, you know? So, yeah, and I was like, what is going on over there? I kept on, that's what I thought was Tanya's phone. I thought she left it in the side panel thing, but it's actually my Starbucks cup that's going back and forth back over there. I need to pull in here and see who's texting me. I think one of them is my friend from my meeting, and the other one is Alex, maybe. That Starbucks cup is gonna drive me crazy. Creaky Halloween door. I cannot believe it's almost time for Halloween again. Hold on a second. I've got to get this cup. Yeah, it's this. My friend asked me, he goes, "Are you still a night owl?" Like, you have no idea. It's funny, we were like talking and he was like, my life is so different, but my life is still a lot the same in a lot of ways. And I go, yep, me too. I mean, he doesn't know about, oh, it's gonna stop, hold on. The last time I saw him, I mean, I hadn't even started my BookTube channel yet. So it's kind of crazy to me. I'm excited to catch up with him. God, there's a Rally's that's open. I did not know that Rally's was still around. That is so crazy. Rally's food is good, but if you ever have it in your car will stink like Rally's forever. It's so gross. The smell of Rally's is so nasty. Doing good on program. And tomorrow night, I'm gonna go to dinner with Alex and my cousin, and I think can I get out this way? Or do I have to go that way? And, oh my God, look at this at home. I didn't even know this was over here. I thought there was only the one in Noblesville. This one is huge. Oh my God, it's so big. Do you guys love that at home store? I love it. It's kind of overwhelming, and I don't think that the prices are that great, to be honest with you. Do you know what is so funny is I've never been like a big IKEA shopper because we didn't have one forever, and now that we have one I never go to it, but I did go and got 3 bath mats. They're like gray and they were like $9.99 each, okay? So I was like, when I took them home, I was like, these are not like high quality, like they're not great, even though they're cute, they're real adorable. And our whole bathroom is white anyway. And so I was like, well, they'll go nice with the bathroom because they're gray and, you know, the bathroom's white and whatever. We had these bath mats before that we paid a lot of money for, and they were gray too. And I think Alex got them, and they were expensive. And when we put them in the washer and the dryer, the backing of them comes off, and it's like everywhere in the dryer. You guys know what I'm talking about? Whenever you have like the backing on like a rug or something, it was like that, but it was these bath mats, and it would come off, and then they just looked junky, and they started like twisting and turning. These IKEA bath mats are completely like, not one thread is out of place. You can throw them in the wash, you can throw them in the dryer. They're done in like half a cycle in the dryer. They're super durable and they look brand new. Every time I take them out of the dryer, they look brand new. I'm like, this is unbelievable. I've been really impressed with the things that I've gotten from IKEA. Like you know, I'm not somebody that loves to put stuff together. That's part of it for me, is why I don't like want to buy stuff from IKEA. I would rather buy stuff from Wayfair. Well, obviously, because I think it's better condition anyway if you buy it from Wayfair, you know, or like Kittles, or, you know, a furniture store or whatever. But there's actually these like couches and lounge seats and chairs with ottomans, and the brand is Rivet. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but it's R-I-V-E-T. They're kind of like they're kind of modern a little bit, and we need to get a new chair like where I film, and I'm like, this is, I think, what we're gonna get. We looked at it, and I told Alex, I said, we could even get like a little couch there, and he was like, do you really want to get a couch there? And I said, I think it would fit. We could get like a little small couch love seat, because it's hard for both of us to like lay on the leather couch and watch TV together, and so one of us ends up staying in the chair and the other one sits on the couch. And I was like, it's like a little L-shaped couch that we could get, and it's like $800. I couldn't believe it. I was like, that's a pretty good price. And then they deliver it and they set it up and everything. We don't have to put any of it together. And I was like, yeah. So maybe we talked about that like a couple weeks ago, and we haven't like said any more about it, but we need to get a new chair. my cousin is so good with like redoing stuff with houses that's part of what we're having dinner with her about tomorrow. Well, catching up, but also like to get some names and numbers from her of like, we need to get the carpeting on the stairs redone. We want to get the condo painted and like the drywall fixed. And then we want to start doing like a room. Like we've talked about this for so long, but like, you know, do a bathroom, then, you know, do the bedroom. And Alex has been sending me all these pictures, and we finally settled on one that we really like how it looks. And it's like, it was so funny because I just talked about this on here the other night, but it's like putting this like wood panel behind the bed with like a picture on top of it and then keeping our bed. I was totally like, if you want to get another bed, we can get another bed. Our bed is nice. It was not expensive at all because it's for one of those like Lowell mattresses. And no, it was Helix. Was it Helix that we got at the time? Or Lowell? It's like, you know, one of those kinds of mattresses. But it was, I don't remember what it was, honestly, but I love it. Our bed is so comfortable. And so we only needed to get like a platform bed, and we got a nice platform bed. Alex got it off of Amazon, and it was like $400. And so, but I said, if you want to get like a wood bed, because we both kind of talked about maybe getting like a wood bed that's a little bit more masculine. And they have some wood platform beds that are like really, really nice. And we found the nightstands that we want. So now we've just got to get our bedroom painted and the drywall fixed in the corner, and the bedroom is set to go. Like there's not really a whole lot more that we want to do other than that. So then really all we have to do is have like the downstairs painted and do the bathroom, and it's done, you know? But when we got our wood floors done and the slate put, so we took up all the carpet. When my mom lived there, she had carpet, and we pulled up all the carpet, and we had carpet just put on the stairs, and the rest of the house is either slate, tiling, or like in the kitchen and the bathroom downstairs it's slate, and the entryway, but the rest of the house is all wood flooring. And I like the wood flooring that we got because it's like scratch resistant to the dogs and stuff like that. But my cousin has the most beautiful, and she has big dogs too, and hers is like scratch resistant. She got it done in the entire downstairs of her house, which is probably more square footage than our house combined, upstairs and downstairs, where we got wood flooring. And she paid like half of what we paid, and her flooring is gorgeous, and they did an incredible job. But Caroline's house is so cute anyway. I mean, her house just looks like, she just always has it looking so nice. Her patio and everything just always looks so nice. So yeah. I don't know why my throat is itchy now. I feel like I have not had a break from allergies this entire summer, but I stopped taking that aloe vera, my allergy medicine. I haven't taken it for a while. I don't even know when I stopped taking it. Like one day last week I had to take it, I think, because my throat was kind of itching. But other than that, I don't remember taking it for like, since, I don't know, middle of June, end of June, something like that. Beginning of July. Because I was almost out of it, like forever. I only have like a little bit left of it, like one like panel or page thing of it, which has like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like 6 or 8 on it, I think. And it's like the only allergy medicine I can take. They all have like those antihistamines in them that make me feel funky, and I can't take that. So this is like the only one. It's like a tablet you put on your tongue, and then it like melts under your tongue. Very busy out tonight. Everybody's probably inside watching their Netflix. I'm finally getting into Orange is the New Black a little bit. It's really sad this season. I'm like, please do not leave us on a sad note. Like, don't do that. Like, you know, I have to tell you, like, I don't know what has happened to pop culture in 2019 or the last couple of years, but I feel like with books and movies and stuff, it just always is so real. Like, and I'm all about that. I'm all about realistic endings. I cannot believe the battery is about to die. But I like a little bit of a fairy tale too. You know what I mean? Like, fairy tales are nice. Can we have a fairy tale ending every once in a while? I love a fairy tale ending. You know, I groove on a fairy tale ending every once in a while. Life, as tough as it is, sometimes it's nice to just have a fairy tale. You know what I mean? I don't know if I have my other battery or not, but I'm almost at the end anyway, because I'm going to head on home and then I'm going to listen to my audiobook for a little bit. So I'm going to actually stop it here. A little shorter vlog tonight. What is tomorrow? Tomorrow is Wednesday. I hope you guys are having an amazing Wednesday. Happy hump day. I hope you're having an amazing Wednesday, unless you have other plans. But like I always say, don't have other plans. Enjoy your day. Make the most of it. Do something fun. Do something for yourself. Treat yourself right. Do something kind for somebody else as well. Make the most of your life, most of your day. Life is not a dress rehearsal. And if nobody else has told you this today, I love you. Tell yourself that every single day. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, I love you. And you deserve the best. And you do, you know? And it's important that we all hear that, you know? So if nobody else has told you that and you haven't heard it from anybody else today, know that I love you. And I appreciate you watching my vlog and being along for my journey. Thank you. Pass it on to somebody else. Let somebody else know how much they mean to you. Because, like I said, you know, we all need to hear it. And some of us don't get to hear it often. You know, there were periods in my life where I wasn't hearing it from people. So I think it's part of why it's so important for Alex and I always to say that. We say it so much. But anyway, and I say it to everybody in my life because I love the word love, and it's the positive thing, right? So embrace it. Anyway, I love you guys and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.